guys, welcome back to the 12 days of foundation. Today is day number 5. We are talking about a drugstore cushion today. It is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation. I haven't heard a ton about this. It launched probably this summer, and this is actually going to be my first time trying it. I think I maybe tested it out on my face when I first got it, but we're going to test it out in depth today. As always, there will be timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead in the review to flash photo test before and after if you want to skip to the end. And if you missed the first 4 days, of course, they will be linked down below. But let's go ahead and get started. So the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion, as I mentioned, has been out for a little while. On their website, it retails for $8.99. It actually didn't launch in Canada. I'm not totally sure their reasoning on that, but a lot of the time with Wet n Wild anyways, it's a matter of shelf space, and a lot of the retailers here in Canada, as I've said many times before, do not want to stock Wet n Wild, and that's why we don't get it. It's not that Wet n Wild doesn't want to be here. So I have the shade Honey Beige. Probably the biggest downfall with this foundation is that it only comes in, I think, 8 shades. Let me double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, only comes in 8 shades. This is the second darkest, and with their liquid foundation, which I reviewed, and that will be linked down below, that had a much better shade range. So it's really kind of disappointing to see that they didn't do the same launch with this. It's definitely a smaller launch, but at the same time, if you're gonna only come out with 8 shades, I'd like to see a really pale and a really deep at the end, and then a gradient in between. And I don't feel like that's what happened here, because if I'm wearing the second deepest shade, I'm not even that dark. So that's a little bit of a bummer. It is definitely a lighter weight foundation and supposed to be a buildable coverage, so you may be able to find your shade easier than if it's something that's full coverage, because you don't need to perfectly match your skin, but still it would be nice to see a better range in there. This retails for $8.99 on their website, which is higher than the price of their liquid. You're getting 15 grams of product in here, which is about average for the size of a cushion foundation, and I loved the Maybelline cushion foundation. Surprisingly, I was expecting not to like that, because a lot of the time cushions talk about being lightweight and luminous and hydrating, and those can be kind of danger words for me sometimes, but sometimes it can work out really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime this half of my face, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush today. I just tested it out on my face with the sponge, and I like the sponge, but I feel like with the brush, I'll just get better coverage, but I do like the sponges generally that come with cushion foundations. Again, surprisingly, I was not expecting to feel that way, but I want to try and get coverage without having to put too much on my face, and I feel like this dense brush will be the best way to do it. This shade match looks pretty good as well. And this is, Wet n Wild is cruelty free, but they're also working to be fully vegan, and this product is one of their vegan products. Most of their products are vegan now, other new launches, except for some of the color products. I believe they have carmine in them, which is like an animal product in a lot of purples and reds, but I know they're working on that, so that's pretty cool, especially for such an affordable drugstore brand. It's pretty exciting to see. So I think it's built up to really, really nice coverage. I'm probably gonna leave it here. Super easy to build. Definitely a lot of sheen to my skin. It also has an SPF of 15, so we'll go ahead and test it out in flash photo, of course, too. But yeah, I really like the way that looks. Super, super natural. I would say like light medium coverage. You could probably continue to build, but I'm gonna leave it here. So I'm doing the other half of my face just with the sponge that it comes with. I kind of spilled it somehow there, but it actually builds up coverage really nice, and it's super quick too. So I don't think you need to use a dense brush necessarily with it. I think you could totally use this sponge or this pad or whatever. I don't know, when I look at this, I'm like, that looks like such a hassle, but it's actually super quick, blends really nicely. So it's kind of nice that the tool that comes with it is actually a good one and not just a throwaway item. So I feel like this gave me a really nice, beautiful medium coverage. It's not like a strong medium, if that makes sense, but it's like a light to medium coverage. Looks really beautiful on my skin, super natural. It definitely still is tacky and a little bit dewy on my face, so I will be setting it, but I'm gonna go ahead and take some flash photos, put on the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. So I'm back with my full face of makeup. Everything I'm wearing will be listed down below, including the world's heaviest eyeliner. I didn't mean to go this hardcore, but this eye got really out of control, and then I was gonna go try and remove it, and then I was like, you know what? just gonna make this eye out of control as well. Anyways, oh, and I'm also wearing one of the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipsticks. I used this in a drugstore makeup video last month, which I will link to down below, and or earlier this month, and I forgot how much I love them, so I broke out cherry picking again. But I think things look really good. It looks super natural on the skin. Now that I've powdered it, it's definitely less dewy. In photos, you definitely see that dew coming through here in my lighting, but I think it looks really, really natural. But in the flash, I think you are getting a little bit of flashback due to the SPF 15, but I do still think it looks really, really good, especially here in person. I think it looks super natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for a few hours, and I will check back with you in some natural light. Hey guys, coming to you with my midday check-in here in some natural light. I think things look really, really good. I'm actually surprised. I just went to go look in the mirror because it's almost starting to feel a little bit heavy on my skin, almost like the oils are trying to come through, but it actually doesn't look oily on my skin. So far things look good, but it does feel a little bit heavy, which is unfortunate because it is a pretty medium coverage foundation, and when I put it on initially, it looked so natural, so light, and felt that way, but now it's starting to like feel heavy, if you understand what I'm saying. I also removed that lipstick, and look how much it stained my lips. Removed. Anyways, I will continue wearing it for a few more hours and check back with you at the end of the evening. Hey guys, I am back. It is the end of the day, and I'm a little bit perplexed, honestly. The foundation still looks pretty good. It did definitely end up feeling a little bit heavier on my skin than I would have enjoyed, but overall it has lasted well on my skin. The reason I say I'm perplexed is because I have not come out of any one of these reviews being very oily. And as I mentioned, my skin is not as oily as it once was, but even in the past like month or two, I've run into a lot of situations where I felt like the foundation is melting off my face. Sometimes it's like a sweat thing, sometimes it's an oily thing. So I have been in the house a lot when I'm filming these reviews because I am prepping to go out of town, and of course I'm filming 12 foundation reviews plus all of my other videos, so it's been just a lot of filming and a lot of editing, so I haven't really been putting the foundations to the test. But if I'm being completely honest, it's stressing me out that my face is not producing oil, because that's kind of my thing, you know? It's a little bit weird. I don't know if it's a weird thing to be stressed about, but I don't know, I feel like I'm not able to review the foundation the same way that I would have. That being said, I think it's okay. I think that if you have oily skin, you should probably go with the Photo Focus. If you have a more dry to normal skin type, I would probably recommend this if you're able to find your shade. It has a really nice natural finish on the skin, but I think I prefer I know I prefer the Maybelline cushion to this one. It just looks more natural on the skin. This one doesn't look as natural, and it doesn't really give you full coverage either. So I did get a little bit of wear down here and over the rest of my face, a little bit of shininess, but nothing major, and I feel like my skin is really starting to poke through here. I didn't put a ton of it on my face, that being said, but I do feel like I have lost some coverage over the day. Not that it's gone patchy, but it's just the coverage has kind of worn down. So anyways, that is the 12 days of foundation, day 5, I believe, and I will be back tomorrow with another review. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!